Hi everyone and welcome to the new video. AI coding tools are popular today and you can make a simple web app using vibe coding approach, but will it work for the embedded development? In this video I will take the ESP32 board, a small display and a button, and I will try to make a counter device only using the AI tools. The idea of the device is simple. You can count the number of visitors or something like this, and when you press the button the counter is increasing. Long time ago the mechanical counters were used, and I think these counters are still available on Amazon today. But can AI do it for us within ESP32? I will be using the Gemini AI in the Pro subscription mode. Will it work? Let's figure it out together. And because of the hardware project, first we need to configure the hardware. We cannot do all the coding only in poor web browser. First I will take an ESP32 board and I will install a MicroPython on it. This is a Tony ID I will be using for coding, and first I will open the terminal. I will enable it now. First I need to install ESP tool. I can verify that it works. And as a first step I will clean the board. First I need to find the port for my board, and as we can see it is USB serial. As we can see the command failed because Tony ID was opened and it was holding the port. I close Tony ID and now I can flash the board. And the next command I can install MicroPython. And as we can see the board was detected. Okay, and now we're ready for the test. For accessing the ESP32 I will use this Tony IDE. For this task I will pretend that I have no idea about electronics and let's see how it works. Tony does not have integrated AI tools, so I will copy paste code manually and let's see if AI can do the job. I have a Pro subscription, so I can switch to Pro mode. It should be better for coding. And first I need to describe my task. As a first step I want to show the hello world message on the OLED screen, so we will see that it works. First I need to describe the task to AI. Let's see if it will work. Here we also see the note that Gemini AI can make mistakes. The first answer looks correct. AI correctly detects that the screen is using E2C protocol. The chip model also looks correct. As we can see, AI suggested the wiring. Now I copy paste this code and I can switch to Tony back and we will see if it works. And I get an error, no module SSD. I will pretend that I don't know what to do and I will ask the AI for help. As we can see, it's already answered this question. I will ask if it can find the link to this driver. It looks okay, so I can copy it. As AI suggested, I will copy the link and I will save it on the board. I'm using Save As and I'm selecting MicroPython device. Okay, hopefully the file was saved and we can try again. Okay, I am running the code and I can see an error, but it turned out it was my mistake. I just forgot to connect the board. And yes, it works. I can see the hello world text. Now I will ask AI to make text bigger. As a final project of this video, I want to make a counter that will increase the value while I am pressing the button. It can be a counter for a sport or counter for the visitor in the shop. Long time ago they were mechanical counters like that, and we will do it with this ESP32. And as a second step I will ask AI to make the font bigger. Let's switch back to the AI. Okay, as we can see, AI shows me that there is no standard bigger font and it recommends me to enlarge the text. Let's try this. Okay, I will try this code as is. I have no idea if it works. Instead of this hello world, I will paste this part. Now we have an error that frame buffer isn't defined. As you can see, I forgot to copy paste this code. Now we can run the code again. And as we can see, it looks surprisingly good. Now let's go forward. I will ask AI to create a counter. So first I'm asking AI to add the counter. Let's see how it works. As we can see, AI recommends me to use this pin for the button. And just for fun, I will ask AI to show me the connection diagram. As we can see, AI created an image, but there is no button yet, so this image not really helpful. I will ask AI to generate a new image. Okay, as we can see, AI tries to explain me the connection diagram, but I'm not sure if it can generate the image. Let's see. For some reason I see empty square, so I'm not sure if this image generation works. I will try specifically to ask for the image generation, and let's try again. I will specifically choose create image. Okay, now it generated something. To be honest, it looked like a garbage, but at least I can understand the idea. This is the OLED display, and this wire is supposed to be connected to GPIO 21 and to the SKL port. And this wire is supposed to be connected to the GPIO 22. So technically it looks correct, but the implementation looks weird to me. Let's check the button. This button pin is connected to the GPIO 14, and this button pin is connected to the ground. Okay, it looks bad, but technically it works. And now let's try the suggested code. And while AI is thinking, I will connect the button. Okay, I asked AI to generate the final code, and let's verify the solution. So first it created a button connected to the pin 14. The default button is pull up, which is also correct. It will have a 1 by default, and it will be 0 when it's pressed. Then we have a global variable counter. This is our previous method, draw large text. And now, as we can see, AI created a button update display. First it will fill the display with a black color. Then it will show the text counter app. And then it will show the counter. Okay, let's see if it works. I will copy this code. Then as we can see, AI will update display. And then we have a true loop. When the button value is 0, the counter is increasing to 1. And as a simple approach, it is using a time sleep to prevent debouncing, otherwise the counter will be updating too fast. Let's see if it works. Now I'm switching back to Tony IDE, and this is the updated code. Here is our screen, this is our button. A method update display first fills it with black, then it should show the text counter app. I'm not sure if this offset is correct, we will see it. And let's now run it and see if it works. Okay, I get an error width isn't defined. I see an error here and it is simple, but just for fun, let's ask AI to fix it and let's see if it works, because it's vibe coding, right? As I mentioned before, there is no AI integration in this Tony IDE, so I need to copy this code manually. So I will try to do it semi-manually. I will upload the file here. And I will pretend that I have no idea what's wrong, and I will ask an AI. Okay, let's fix the suggested errors and see how it works. Okay, now we are ready to run the code again. We get another error in the draw large text. Object is not iteratable. I can easily spot the error here. Do you see it? Draw large text, expect text. But here our counter has a type int. I can fix it myself, but let's ask AI to do this. Probably the editor with the modern AI integration could do it automatically, but I need to copy paste it manually. As we can see, AI got the correct answer. But anyway, it's a good explanation. As we can see, it suggested us to convert the text to string. So now I'm going back to this function and I'm updating this type to string. And let's run the code again. Okay, now it's better. I have a 0 on the screen. Let's press the button. Our app works. As a next step, I want to make this code better. I want to subscribe to the pin change. Let's ask AI to do this. As we can see, AI understood what I'm going to do. It's also giving some good advice, like I cannot use time sleep in the interrupt handler and so on. And as we can see, AI suggested to use button pressed method. Let's see if it works. And as we can see, the while true loop is more simple now. We only update the screen if it is required. And now let's see if it works. I updated the code. I added these two variables, last press time and need update. And this is our interrupt handler. Okay, as we can see, the app works. The result is not bad. As a next step, I want this code to be a bit better. I want to add type hints to all the methods. Let's ask AI to do this. And as we can see, the explanation is good. It also detected that the text can be string or int, but honestly, I am not sure if MicroPython supports this new syntax. Let's see if it works. Okay, now the code looks better indeed, but let's see if it works. As we can see now, our app is running and it looks good. Of course, it can be more refactoring, but the basic functionality is here. But there is a simple issue. When I run the app, the counter resets back to 0. The reason is obvious. The counter is initializing to 0 every time. I will ask AI to fix this. As we can see, the answer is correct. The counter is stored in the RAM and it will be lost when the power is restarted. AI also suggested me that I cannot write to the flash memory in the interrupt handler, which makes sense. As we can see, the first method load counter will get the data from the file, so I will copy this. I like the fact that AI is also using type hints here and it also generates the comments. Then AI suggested us to use this load counter, which is also correct. I am not a fan of using global variables like this in the middle of the code, but at least as a first prototype it will work. And as we can see, the AI suggested us to save the variable only when the counter is updated. AI also suggested that the flash memory has a limited lifespan, which makes sense. Okay, now let's see if it works. I added these two methods to load counter and save counter. So as we can see, first I'm loading the counter as AI suggested. Then I show the initial display status. And then I'm saving the counter. Okay, let's see if it works. I'm pressing the button now and the counter is increasing. Okay, it works well. Now I will ask AI a final question, how I can run this app during the boot. Okay, now the app works in Tony IDE, but when I reconnect the power of the ESP32, I see a black screen. We need to run this app during the boot and I will ask AI to do this. I'm sure it is a simple question, so let's see the answer. Okay, let's see if the AI can explain it. And as we can see, the answer is correct. I need to name the file main.py. App now works, and just for fun, now I will show the AI video generation. Technically it works hilariously bad, and I think there's a simple reason for that. There is just not enough training data for that. As an example, I asked AI, please generate the video about how Counter works on the ESP32. At the time of making this video, Gemini AI subscription allows me to make 3 videos per day, and each video is about 8 seconds long, so it's not too much, and video generation is a heavy process, of course. And from the physics perspective, it's terribly bad, but it is funny to see. Of course, it is not production ready, but it's just fun. I asked AI to generate the video about the ESP32 counter, and here is the result. As we can see, the AI was able to grab the idea, but of course this display connector is not right, this is not an ESP32, this button is not connected, so physically it's terribly bad, and the limit is only 8 seconds, and I can generate 3 videos per day. So as I mentioned, it's just hilariously bad, but it is just fun to see how it works. This board is obviously not ESP32. As an example, now I can show you how the real board looks. It was just fun to see, but don't take it seriously and don't trust AI generated videos. And now let's make a short summary. Is the vibe coding approach really works? As we can see, the answer is generally yes, and I was surprised to be honest, but there are some nuances. First, there is no direct integration to the IDE, so I need to copy-paste the code manually. It's not a big deal, and it's actually better to analyze every code part manually, so it's not that bad. As we can see, AI is also good in explaining different concepts, so it's not only show us the code, but it show why it works this way, so technically I like it. One disadvantage I see is by default AI generating not very readable code. AI models are mostly trained to produce working code, but not readable code. So if you are worrying about the coding style or some naming of variables of the code structure, you need specifically tell AI to do this, otherwise it will just produce a messy code. And of course, in the case of the embedded development, you need specifically tell AI what you have and what you are doing, because AI doesn't have access to the hardware. You must very carefully explain all your steps. I'm not sure if this approach works for really large projects. At least for small ones, it can work, and it was fun to do this test. If you enjoyed this video, press like and subscribe to see more videos like this. Also hit the notification bell. You are also welcome to visit my Patreon page. This support helps me to buy different hardware for testing. Thanks for watching and see you next time.